Hello, and thank you for joining me as we look at Biozone's latest editions of VCE Biology and its new digital platform, Biozone World. Today, we'll be looking at the structure and features of the latest VCE Biology titles. We'll also be exploring the Teacher Toolkit, a set of resources designed to help teachers deliver an engaging program. And finally, we'll be exploring Biozone World, our new digital integrated platform. So for those of you not familiar with Biozone, what is the Biozone solution? It combines the very best features of a textbook with the utility and power of a workbook. We call this clever hybrid a work text. A work text is essentially a 3-in-1 hybrid resource. It is part textbook. It provides textbook quality information in a way that is accessible and not overwhelming to students. It is a part study guide because the students are interacting directly with the stimulus material and recording the answers on the same page. Revision is a breeze because everything is in one place. And it's a part activity workbook. The wide variety of activity types in VCE Biology allow teachers flexibility in how they assign the content. This could be as homework, as assessment, or collaborative. And finally, the VCE Biology work texts are supported by the Teacher Toolkit. So let's look now at some of the features of Biozone's latest VCE Biology work text. As you would expect, the structure follows the very latest VCE study design. We have included a dedicated chapter to support the key science skills. There is also dedicated chapters for Outcome 3. Assessment tasks for all outcomes are embedded and clearly identified through both titles. Each chapter concludes with a chapter review assessment task, allowing you to assess student understanding of the content. We've also included area of study synoptic assessments, and these are fabulous for exam preparation. You'll see that there's many more practical investigations in the latest titles. And in response to teacher requests, new case studies and data handling activities. Finally, we have included a glossary to help build scientific literacy. I just wanted to briefly introduce you to the tab system used in VCE Biology. It alerts you to the main features of the activity pages. The grey tab arrowed here is our resource hub icon. It tells you where there is online material to support the content of the activity. The blue tabs show the key science skills. The green concept connections shows you where there is related material between the activities. And finally, the red tabs are the appendices tabs. These include support for graphing, using mathematical formula, the glossary, and also an equipment list for the practical investigations. In our latest titles, the practical investigations are clearly identified with green boxes on the page. An equipment list is provided so you know what's needed to complete each one. When designing the practical investigations, we've been sure to use resources and materials commonly found in high school laboratories. This means that you don't have to purchase any special kits to carry out the investigations. As I've mentioned, we've included a glossary in this edition. Each chapter introduction page has a list of key terms. These are terms that we have identified as important for students to understand and be able to use. Definitions for these are provided in the glossary, and we encourage students to interact with this often to build their scientific literacy and understanding of the terms. Let's look now at the structure of our VCE Biology titles. As I've already mentioned, they follow the latest VCE study design. That means that the units and area of studies are clearly identified. Looking at an area of study, it begins with a chapter introduction, followed by several activities to support the content, and then concludes with a chapter review. There may be 1, 2, or more chapters in each area of study, but each area of study concludes with a synoptic assessment task, which is designed to test student understanding of the entire area of study. We'll look at these in a bit more detail soon. This is the structure for VCE Biology Units 1 and 2. As you would expect, the chapters reflect the VCE study design, but I'd just like to draw your attention to the bolded blue chapter at the top of the page, Key Science Skills. This is that dedicated chapter we have included to support the key science skills of the study design. As you know, the key science skills are a core component of the VCE study design, and here at Biozone, we've integrated them throughout both titles. Tabs within activities identify which of the 7 key science skills are addressed within that activity page, and a guide is provided to students. These are just some pages from that dedicated chapter to show you some of the ways that we're supporting students with their key science skills. Now moving to the content. As I've already mentioned, the area of studies are identified very clearly for ease of navigation. You will see that not only is the area of study and the topic covered, but there are some helpful notes for students about what they're going to be learning about. Each chapter begins with a chapter introduction page. We already know that the key terms are clearly identified on here, but there are also a set of key knowledge statements to help guide students with their learning as they progress through the content. The checkboxes allow them to tick off the activities as they proceed and allow you as a teacher to see at a glance how they're progressing through the material. Note on these pages the green prac tabs. These show you activities containing a practical investigation. Looking at the activities in VCE Biology, you can see that we have chunked the text and used beautiful engaging graphics for accessibility and engagement. Each of the activities begins with a key idea, and this serves as a focal point for the activity, so students know what they should be thinking about and extracting from the activities as they work through them. You can see there's plenty of opportunity for students to demonstrate their understanding of the content by answering the questions on the page. I'm just showing you now a few example pages from VCE Biology Units 1 and 2. You can see we've used many practical investigations throughout, and there's lots of opportunity for students to practice their math skills, their graphing and analysis. Where possible, we've included Australian examples to keep it relevant. And of course, we have included the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives throughout. Moving now to the second title for Units 3 and 4, the same structure is followed as the VCE study design. Because the same format is used between both titles, it is very easy to navigate between both titles. And again, some examples of pages within the second title. Again, judicious use of beautiful graphics to engage students. The ability of Biozone to update regularly means we can use as much the up-to-date analysis as possible and data as possible. And of course, we've included Australian examples throughout again. Now, how about assessment in VCE Biology? I've already mentioned that we have assessment tasks throughout for the outcomes. What we're seeing here is the assessment task for the outcomes in the first title. You can see from the page on the right that the assessment tasks are clearly identified within the books. It explains the outcome it refers to, as well as giving it the title. The same has been applied to the second title. Very easy to identify these in the book. Now, at the end of each chapter, we have chapter review tasks. These can be used by the student as self-assessment, or you can set them as a formative assessment task. This means that you can identify any gaps or misconceptions and address them before a more formal testing moment or before you move on to other content. We have also included synoptic assessments at the end of each area of study. These are more formal or summative assessment type opportunities and are fabulous for exam practice. These are all identified in the classroom guide of the Teacher's Edition. Now moving to the Teacher Toolkit. Just a reminder that the Teacher Toolkit is a suite of resources designed to support teachers as they plan, deliver and assess their VCE biology program. It consists of a suite of resources which you can see here: the model answers, the classroom guide, the Teacher's Edition in ebook format, a digital Teacher's Edition, and a resource hub. The same suite of resources is available for Units 3 and 4 also. Let's just look at these in a little bit more detail now, starting with the resource hub. The Resource Hub is a curated set of material that we here at Biozone have put together to support the activities in the work text. The intention of this is to find good quality resources to save you time. We've done the hard work so you don't have to go looking. This resource is free to both you and students. As you can see, it's very easy to navigate. Each of the chapters is clearly identified, and within the chapters, the activities with Resource Hub material are clearly identified. It is a simple matter of clicking on them and being taken to the resource. I just wanted to show you briefly the extent of the resources we have in the toolkit to support teachers. For VCE Biology Units in 1, we have over 85 different articles and web links, 128 videos, and 60 3D models. We have over 500 presentation slides, and you can see that Units 3 and 4 has similar support. 144 articles, web links, 124 videos, 86 interactive 3D models, and over 600 presentation slides. And these are just a few examples of the interactive 3D models you can find on Biozone's Resource Hub. Students can manipulate these, rotate them, move them around, have a really close look at them, and you will see that many of them also have annotations, allowing students to click on them and learn more. Let's move now to the model answers. There are 4 different ways to access model answers for VCE biology. This includes the Model Answer Book, a printed book which students can purchase. We also have online model answers with teacher-controlled student access. This means you as the teacher can control when you want students to view the answers. We have a Teacher's Digital Edition. This is essentially a PDF format of the book with show-hide model answers which can be turned on and off by toggling a simple button. This is fantastic for displaying in front of the class as you're reviewing an activity and revealing the answers after a discussion, or if you're time pressured, you can display all the answers at once for students to see themselves. Lastly, model answers are in place in our ebook Teacher's Edition. I'd like to move now to Biozone's ebooks. We have school-managed licenses available in 3 different formats. The first is the light version. This is a basic ebook display with interactivity linking to web links, videos, and those fabulous 3D models. The Plus version is full-featured with the ability of students to be able to input the answers online. Teachers can control the assignment and grading. It still has access to the web links, videos, and 3D models, but also has access to the presentation slides. And in our Teacher's Edition, the answers are in place. I'd like to introduce you now to Biozone World, our exciting new digital platform coming soon. It's essentially a single place of integration where you can find all of the Biozone resources in one place, making teaching a breeze. Logging on to Biozone World, you'll see your library is available to you. To access it, click it, and it's a simple matter of selecting the activity you want and the supporting resources pop up with it. It's essentially replicas of the printed books, but students can answer the questions online, forming that all-important record of work. Teachers can choose to grade the submissions, leave comments, or nothing if they wish. It has excellent interactivity with direct access to our presentation slides and 3D models, plus access to those curated resources on the Resource Hub. That's the videos and web links. In Biozone World, teachers can display model answers at the click of a button. They can also view individual student answers for a single question using our quick review feature. Please note that some questions also have offline components, such as PDF downloads. These are fantastic for activities where graphing or drawing is required. In Biozone World, students can add their own additional notes, draw on the page, and highlight text passages to make it very personalised. Teachers can assign activities to classes or individual students, perfect for a differentiated classroom setting. Coming soon, the ability to highlight text and have it translated into 21 different languages, which students can view on the screen or have read aloud to them. Teachers will also be able to add their own links and resources into Biozone World to customise their delivery solution. And now just an in-depth look at one of the activities. As you can see, it's the same as what you see in the printed books, and the associated material supporting it is displayed on the left-hand side. This includes our fabulous presentation slides, those wonderful interactive 3D models, many with annotations, and of course, videos and more. Thank you very much for joining me today as we've looked through VCE biology. If you'd like to know more, please contact our helpful sales team in Australia, either through the website or by email at sales@biozone.com.au. Thank you very much.